This episode is brought to you by Google. Innovation is deeply ingrained in America, and Google is helping Americans innovate in ways both big and small. There are hundreds of thousands of skilled trades roles across the U.S. waiting to be filled. To help close this gap, Google is expanding its skilled trade support to help train more than 300,000 American workers across more than 20 states. This is a new era of American innovation. Learn more at grow.google/skilled trades.
What's happening, everyone? Welcome back. It is Jay Scott, and it is the Hook Rocks, the ultimate rock community podcast. Thanks again for tuning in. Always remember to write us a review at the end of the episode. We always do appreciate your time and the feedback. And also, we are part of the Pantheon Podcast Network, the official network for Metallica. So check out Metallica's exclusive podcasts on Pantheon Podcast. You can find it at pantheonpodcast.com, as well as so many other great music-related podcasts. And you can also find them at Pantheon Pods on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as the Hook Rocks on all three of those platforms. So please give us a search, follow us, and like us on all three of those platforms. And follow us, like us, subscribe to us on any podcast platform that you do subscribe to or do use. And don't forget to set your app for automatic download, so you get the latest episodes right to your phone and get to enjoy all the old ones that we've done. We've got over 500 episodes. We celebrated our 500th episode with Dax Nielsen from Cheap Trick, as well as our 4-year anniversary with Nita Strauss. So check those 2 episodes out, and some recent stuff that we've done. Absolutely incredible interview with Tracy Guns of LA Guns, celebrating the life of Eddie Van Halen on the 3rd-year anniversary of his passing. Just a raw, authentic, emotional conversation. He shares stories about their friendship, the impact Eddie had on his life, and so much more. So I definitely think you all will enjoy that. We also had a new music spotlight with Carl Spackler from La Chinga, the great Canadian band. They've got a new album out called Primal Forces, out this past Friday, October 6th. So check that great episode out as well. We also welcomed Aaron Jones, the great singer-songwriter. He's gearing up to open up for Guns N' Roses. And we also had our quarterly top 10 album review, which we rank and feature all the great albums that we liked over the last 3 months. We do it every quarter. And the album that I picked as number 1 is from my latest guest. The band is Parker Barrow. The album is Jukebox Gypsies, which is just an absolute incredible, beautiful album. And I'd like to welcome Megan and Dylan to the show. What's happening, guys? How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Thanks going on, man?
I'm really excited about having you guys. This album has completely blown my mind. And yeah, I don't know where you guys came from, but it's all good.
Thank you.
So we always start the same way every time we have a first-time guest on the show. And that is really the essence of what we're all about. Just like every rock song has a hook that pulls you in, every rock band has a moment, whether it's a song, an album, a band, or a performance that hooked you on rock and roll. What was it for you?
Yeah, for me, definitely the Black Crowes. Just that everything about the Black Crowes, honestly. Just the energy behind the band, the lyrics, the some of the stories. I listened to them when I was young, and that was the first band that really like just absolutely captured me and kind of just turned me into a rock and roll fan.
And I feel like I got my start to rock and roll a little bit later than Dylan, unfortunately, but also fortunately, I guess. I grew up in old country. My parents listened to nothing but Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash and everything in between. And I met Dylan back in 2019, and he really started introducing me to this whole new world that I really didn't know much about. But we put on a Whiskey Myers album one time, and everything I thought I knew about music changed that day. And then I leaped headfirst into the rock and roll world, Southern rock, everything, Tedeschi Trucks, all of them. But I would say the first time I listened to Whiskey Myers definitely changed my perspective on music in general.
So you got a lot of catching up to do, basically.
Yeah,
You're telling
I
me.
really do. Yeah,
She really did dive in. She has done some catching up, but it's still a lot of fun. We'll be out on the road a lot. We listen to a lot of music on the road, and it's always fun to find something she hasn't heard, and kind of watch her come around to liking new things. And I mean, she's turned me on to a lot of different stuff as well musically. It's one of the things that's so fun about what we get to do and how we do it is, we both, I think, have grown and learned from each other's perspectives, music, life, family, everything. And so, yeah, it's one of our favorite parts about doing this is that we do get to, learn from each other and experience new things and different things that we wouldn't get to experience, without each other.
Yeah.
Well, speaking from experience, once you do the Led Zeppelin homage, which is the first song all the way to the last song on the last album, you have reached another plateau of your music knowledge.
Man, it's actually hilarious that you say that, because we just, like I said, we were on the road for like little over 2 weeks, I think. And we finally, like, I sat her down and was like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to go beginning to end chronologically. And we made it through, I think we've ended on Rock and Roll, which is, I think, the second song on Led Zeppelin 4. So, we're getting there. We got a ways to go, but it's a ton of fun, and it's definitely a good experience everyone should have.
Absolutely. I've done it a couple times myself.
Nice.
Once in an altered state, but it was
yeah.
When you listen to them, I was always a Kiss fan growing up when I was younger. And my cousin came in from California when I was going to be a junior in high school, and he brought this big duffel bag of Led Zeppelin bootlegs. And Led Zeppelin really didn't have a live album. They had Song Remains the Same, which was like a soundtrack, but it really didn't capture the essence of them live. And after those 3 weeks, I was all in on Zeppelin. I mean, they used to do 40-minute versions of like songs and like 30-minute versions of like Whole Lot of Love, with like a blues medley in there and everything. And once you realize that they were like immortal gods walking amongst us, like us mortals, they are. I mean, every time I listen to Zeppelin, I always find something new.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, 100%. And I feel like, I always say, like, that's at the very top of my list. If I could time travel, I would go back and see Led Zeppelin live. Because I feel like, from what I've heard, like, I know my dad saw him back in the day, and he's talked about, and just different stories I've heard, sounds like they really never did anything the same. I think they actually had some critics of their live show not sounding like the record, because they kind of just did whatever it was that night. And that's how we try to do things as well. I don't know if it's by design or just out of necessity that just the way it comes out, but like, all that, the creativity inside of the creativity that they had, like they wrote these amazing songs and recorded them, and then just they all took on new lives and new meanings and went in completely different directions. And it's definitely one of a kind, definitely has shaped anything that you could put inside of the rock genre from the time it happened until now. So those guys, I always think about, you said, like the immortal status, like that picture of Robert Plant holding the dove in front of, like, I don't know if it was like 100,000, 70,000, however many people, but he's just standing there holding that dove. It's just like, those guys were meant to be where they were when it happened, for sure.
I mean, think about that. Who holds a dove on stage like that? Like he's like from another world, the randomness of a dove landing on his hand while he's performing in front of 100,000 or so people. It just, he was not in this.
Doesn't look surprised about it either. It's just there. It's like, hey, I'm just holding a dove.
Yeah.
There's a live bootleg that I have, and you can find it on YouTube. You can find the opening song, which is "Song Remains the Same." It's live in 1977 at the LA Forum. John Bonham's drumming on "Song Remains the Same" is not of this earth. It is. It is. I'm telling you, when you're done with this, go listen to it. And it's the same show where Keith Moon sat on the drum riser next to him while he played the show, and they were both getting drunk on whiskey.
No doubt.
And when he started, he's trying to impress Keith Moon because they were both friends, but they were also competitive too.
Yeah.
Right.
He's all charged up. He's got Keith Moon next to him, and he just starts wailing on the drums. And there, you're listening to the intro, "Song Remains the Same," and you're like, how's he going to make it back? Because he's like, he's way out there, and he's and he makes it back with this fill that is just like, holy smokes, like unbelievable. So go check that out. You will probably listen to it at least 3 times in a row because you'll be amazed.
See, all this stuff is new to me, so I'm still, I ain't even gotten to the little, but like the unknown videos. I'm still watching the ones everyone knows about.
Well, this is like an advanced education. You're in the advanced class, Megan.
You're skipping like 3 courses right now. Yeah.
As far as Black Crowes goes, what was the first song that really hit you with them?
I mean, I would say there's a couple of them, like Seeing Things is like kind of, I've always gravitated towards the blues side of rock and roll. And that song definitely changed my life. It's still probably my favorite song to this day. It's at least in the running, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. But as far as like rock and roll, like power, energy, Remedy, that one, and No Speak, No Slave. I saw a concert from, I think it was Houston, and like 93 maybe, and they open with No Speak, No Slave, and that riff comes in. It's just that thick guitar sound, heavy drums. I could talk Black Crowes all day. I really, really love their music and their sound, and where at least I feel like they were coming from with it. Just a really cool band. All their music kind of stands out to me. It's all good. It's all makes me feel something different, but all of it's probably the biggest inspiration I have as a musician or a writer or anything is Chris Robinson and the Black Crowes.
Yeah, I saw them a couple summers ago. Dirty Honey was the opener.
Oh yeah, for the Shake Your Moneymaker reunion. Yeah.
They sounded fantastic.
No, I wish I could have caught that.
They sounded fantastic. They were great, and such a band that really meant a lot to my youth growing up. I mean, I think their debut came out in 90, and I was 15.
Yeah.
And it was such a, I might get a little flack for saying this, but I was more always a Crowes fan than a Guns N' Roses fan.
Oh yeah.
I would 100%. would agree
Yeah.
for myself as well. Like, I have a ton of respect for Guns N' Roses and their catalog and the fact that, you know, they're still selling out arenas and stuff. But I definitely did not, me personally connected much more with the Black Crowes music than I did Guns.
Yeah. And Megan, for you, coming into this world, late in the game, as you said,
Right.
What's this all been like for you in terms of performing? Because there's nothing like a rock show, right?
Yeah.
There is nothing like it. And there's a synergy. There's the audience is so captivated, and the band is most bands are incredible live. And it's such a different energy than any other genre of music. What's that been like for you? What's this like new world been for you, this journey?
I feel like since I did grow up with country, wasn't a performance genre. It really wasn't until, early 2000s that people started performing, becoming like, Carrie Underwood's and the Taylor Swift's early days of like putting on a show while also singing. So I didn't really grow up seeing that side of things. And the way I learned to perform was really with an acoustic guitar, sitting down and singing songs. So I think that it honestly helped me. Like, I was already at a mature point of starting singing, and I'd been doing it for about 10 years and kind of knew what my voice sounded like and kind of things that catered to me. I always say I don't have a pretty voice, but I do think that my voice is different. And I always had a hard time connecting with country singers singing the way I do, just because my voice isn't clean and pretty and all these runs. It's not really my strong suit. And honestly, when I heard Susan Tedeschi for the first time, I was like, whoa, like there is like raspy girls out there that, that have just a soul to them that I would say that not that country singers lack it. It just comes off differently with the support of the music and everything behind it. It doesn't just have to be me. I have this incredible support system on stage that are just incredibly talented musicians that back me up when I'm feeling a little loosey, or like when I'm, they give me the support that I'm able to kind of let my freak flag fly, in a way. And I think that coming into the rock genre late has given me a fresh, idea of it, to where I'm able to apply what I grew up knowing, but also whoa, I can do these other things too. I can put on a show. I can be a performer. I can front a band. And, I always thought I had to have a guitar in my hand for people to be interested in the show. But I mean, watching Robert Plant and watching Chris Robinson, some of the best frontmen in the whole entire world, you're captivated by them. And I feel like for me, seeing that, even though as a woman in the rock genre, it's a little bit different, but I could still apply those types of performance. It's just fun. It's like you get to just let loose a little bit and enjoy the music part of things. A lot of people, people focus on the lead singer a lot, like they do a quarterback in a football game. But I mean, it's the whole team, it's like I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have the guys, they're playing all their parts, like the Allman Brothers. It's all that kind of stuff where, it's not always singing, but it's so melodic and beautiful that there's just so many different parts of music that I feel like with live music today, you don't see very often, where you're focusing in on everyone's individuality, but also the band together. I think that's really cool for me, especially in the past year or two, where we've really kind of flipped and been like, we're a rock band. We're going to be a rock band, and kind of dive all the way into that. So it's been really cool just to kind of see our growth and the guys we have on stage. We have some really talented guitar players, bass players, everyone is in it. And it's a really cool thing to watch grow, for us.
the rock and roll is really about the front man, and of course the guitar player and the drummers and everything.
Yeah.
But because people watch with their eyes, and their eyes are always glued on the person that's singing. Whether
Right.
it's whether it's you, or whether it's, like you said, Robert Plant or
Yeah.
Chris Robinson, Freddie Mercury, David Lee Roth. I mean, the person singing is the show, basically, right? I mean,
Right.
they're the entertainer, and I think rock and roll for a lot of the wrong reasons has gotten away from that.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing, because I think it adds such a great dynamic to a rock band and to a rock show when you have a performer as well as a singer, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's two classifications. There's singers and there's performers. And
Yeah.
the ones that do both are really where it's at. And as far as your raspiness goes, I said on the quarterly episode where I ranked your album number one, and Jason from All Things Blues and Southern Rock, who you guys were on the show, didn't rank number one. I'm not going to go there, but whatever. I think it's a mix between Janis Joplin and Stevie Nicks, and I know you're a female singer, but there's also an approach and delivery that's similar to Rod Stewart.
Oh.
Yeah, we love.
I'm a big
Faces is one of our favorite bands. We actually cover a Faces song in our set. Yeah, that's Rod Stewart. That's awesome. Yeah. Haven't heard that one, but the raspy, I guess I could hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Faces are an incredible band, a band that should have been bigger than they were. And the stuff with Jeff Beck Group is just incredible too, as well. But yeah, I mean, the voice is unique. I mean, it's really cool. The band is great. The musicianship of the album is just second to none. It's top notch. And I was pleasantly surprised. A friend of mine who's on Twitter recommended this album to me and like a few others. I was at a show. We were watching a band called Bourbon House, which is a blues-based rock band out of Wisconsin. And he was telling me, he's like, "You got to check out this album by Parker Barrow." I'm like, "All right, I'll check it out." So I got on a plane because I was going down to Texas, and I downloaded it before the flight, and I'm listening to it, and I'm bopping my head like up and down, and everyone's kind of looking at me like they didn't know if I had a mental issue, or they didn't realize that I was enjoying like this kick-ass album, this rock and roll album that was just great.
Yeah, we y'all reached out to us last week sometime, and then we saw that y'all released the podcast, and like I listened to it, and it's funny for us because we are very new, and anytime anyone we don't know is like, "Oh, I've heard of them," it's kind of a weird thing for us because it's like, how from who told you about it? It's like, thank you, it's really cool, but it comes to shock a lot of the time. And when your podcast came out, we were at a campground somewhere in Virginia, and I listened to it, and it kept going through the list, and I was like, there's no way they put us as number one. Like, there's a lot of great albums on here, and like we were not expecting that at all.
It's crazy. Like, we were listening, and we're listening, and some of the albums and some of the bands are bands that we listen to, and bands that inspire us, and honestly, bands that we look up to and have looked up to for a long time. And as you were going through and reading them off, we're like, man, did he like accidentally tag us or something? Because like he's on, we're on like number 3, number 2, and he still hasn't. And then it was like, wow, and it was an honor for us to be considered with those names, and to have you rank as number 1 was just such a cool thing. And like Megan was saying, for us right now, this being our first record, it means so much to us just to have somebody care enough to listen, let alone to share it and to speak about it. And man, it was just really cool, and we really appreciated it. Put a big gust of wind in our sails this weekend, and we definitely were shocked by it, but really appreciate you and really appreciate all the nice things that you had to say.
It is crazy too. Like, I mean, we've been working on this record with our producer Stephen McKnight we started recording in 21, and there was we were working a full-time job at the time. So So our studio days were few and far between, and we really just, put the pedal to the metal and did our best. And we feel like it all came out when it was supposed to and when we were ready for it to. But we've had all these feelings about this album and these songs. And the only thing that you can really hope for is that other people feel something, like it may not be what we were feeling, but understand it the way that we were trying to display it in this 10-song record. And a lot of the things you said, we were like, that's how we feel about it, and so I guess it kind of gave some validation. And, just in our first record, it's really cool to hear everyone else's feedback and the way that they, songs have been a lot of things to us, the way that they deceive them or receive them. And like, it was just really cool to hear everything you had to say. And Jason too, we love those guys over there. It's really neat to have that. That was really cool.
Jason and Brian do a great job on their podcast, and I love the interview that you guys did with them, and but again, they didn't have you at number one. I did. But
no, y'all have a nice little community, though, a podcast community. We've kind of noticed that
it is great, absolutely. Yeah. But it was an easy choice at the end of the day. It was such a good album, such a powerful album. And it's as far as like the bluesy, soulful stuff, like I mentioned in the episode, I haven't felt that way about an album like that since Gypsy Cadillac, which was the last album released by Bishop Gunn, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with.
Yeah.
And that whole album, Bishop Gunn, Gypsy Cadillac, I should say, was just an amazing record. And, I was listening to Jukebox Gypsies and I was getting through the songs. I'm like, this is a good tune. And then I heard Back to Birmingham and it was over at that point. Like it was just awesome.
That's actually the first song that Megan and I wrote together. That was back in like 2019. We wrote that song. It's probably about 2 or 3 weeks into her being on the road with me. And, it's been a really neat song for us to kind of watch it evolve and become what it is now on the record. 'Cause we wrote it at a time where, she was so hungry to feel all those things and like go through that. And, I had kind of been, doing that and living on the road for 4 or 5 years before that. And now to see it come out and, she has invested her entire life into being on the road. I mean, her and I, we've lived in an RV with just the two of us and our dog traveling up and down, the East Coast playing shows and pouring our heart out night after night. And, now it's like that song, we've just kind of, it's been there and it's changed, it's evolved. And, it's something that we are really proud of putting out. And, we hope everyone out there has their Birmingham, a place that they feel strongly about and that they love and that is home. And, that's kind of what it's about. It's just like, I think all of us kind of have that place where it's like, that's where we belong. And actually it's pretty cool. We just this past weekend, shot a music video for that song. So we had a film crew with us, from Charlottesville, Virginia, all the way back to Birmingham. And we did 2 shows in Birmingham and filmed all of it. So we will have, this is kind of, I guess, first time we really said anything about it, but we will be putting a music video out for that song here pretty soon.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is, I will definitely be looking forward to that. What's really incredible too is just how, for a new band and a new album, how it seems like you guys have been doing this for a while. It didn't feel like, obviously it was new, but the band didn't feel new. It felt like I said, you guys had been together for a while, like a veteran band. That was a very impressive thing about it, was just the writing and the production, the groove, all of it was just fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah. it's with this record, all these songs came from so many different places in the past couple of years, and different experiences that we were going through. But collectively, I feel like it does, it's about the highs and lows of doing this and being on the road, and it's all of it at once. And all these songs really, creating them in the studio, they just came alive, and we felt like this group of songs did belong together, even though they did come from like 2019 or 2020, like years ago, where we had them, we just hadn't really put them together yet. And we were very, very proud of it and the way that it came out and the way that it all.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Kind of flows together. So thank you for saying that and getting that.
How has the road been? I mean, really, in this day and age, a young band really has to hit the road and do the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's kind of what it's always been, is like, we love being able to put out music and maybe try to reach new people. But like, I think a lot of bands, they put the record out and that's like their reason for going on the road. We just love to be on the road. Like, that's just how we live our lives. Right now we just got back from a little bit of time out, and, we've been home for like, I don't know, like
hours?
6 hours. And it's like, man, let's go play some more shows. Let's get back out there. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if you would call it a sickness or an infection or what, but man, we just, we live for it. It's where we thrive. It's, where we feel at home and where we like to be. It's just how we kind of live our lives at this point.
And I do feel like our passions in our live show, like we love the record, and we're happy that it's out so that people can enjoy it. But we want that to draw people to come and see us live. The songs, we pull a lot. I mean, like we said, Led Zeppelin really never played anything the same twice. And we kind of live by that. The songs are different live, and the energy is different live. And we love the live show. I love performing. We all love performing. And it's really kind of where we get to, showcase ourselves. So we always will be a live band. That's just kind of where our pride and joy is at.
Yeah, it really is. It's like, I mean, that whenever somebody performs, I think there's like, you can get caught up in being, perfect or, like to the point where it can almost get robotic. And I don't think there's anything robotic about music, and especially about rock and roll. And like, the songs that we put out and the songs that we're writing now and songs that we've put out before, all of it, like, when we play them live, they all mean something different every time you play it, because it's going to depend on what mood you're in and how you're feeling and what your experience that day has been or that week or whatever. It's, you got to leave that room for interpretation, even, us being the ones that wrote these songs, and you got to just leave it open and be willing to go down whatever path the song takes you on. That's kind of, how we play. It's how we live our lives. We're just kind of holding on for dear life and going whichever way the wind's going to blow us.
Yeah.
That's great to hear, because I really think that's needed. And I really enjoy when a band does make it their own live outside of the album. If I want to hear everything exactly played like it is on the album, I'll stay home and listen to the album.
Yeah.
I want to hear the journey. I want to hear the mistakes. I want to hear the differences and how you guys approach it live. That's what makes a live show what it is. As far as growing your audience and touring? I notice you guys stay a lot in the South and on the East Coast. How has the following been progressing for you guys?
This year has been really cool. I'll tell you this too. Both of us, we are believers in Christ, and we started this year off doing this 21 days of prayer thing. And, it's kind of, you do some fasting and you give up some things that are kind of pulling on your relationship and with God and different things. And we started our year with that, and we feel like we've been blessed in ways that, like, we can't even really believe sometimes.
Yeah.
And, I know everything is to scale. You got to keep things to scale when you do this. And for us, we have a great band that's been out with us for about 8 months now that, we can count on to show up every single night and be the best that they can be. And we've gotten to take that band out on the road and open for some guys that are really doing some amazing things. We went out on the road with Them Dirty Roses, a guy named Tanner Usry that he just signed with Atlantic Records, and he's getting ready to put out an absolutely amazing record. And we've gotten to go and play. I mean, we went coast to coast this summer. We played in California. We saw the Golden Gate Bridge, and we saw Niagara Falls in the same summer. And we've gotten to meet and play for and just hang out with so many new people and different people that, we never would have met if it wasn't for this music and for this life that we're blessed to live. And, as far as growing the band, it's hard. It's like, you can't really put your finger on, like, you do this, and this happens. It's like, you just got to go out and play every show you can, do it the best you can, feel it as much as that's what it's about. Is like, you got to make people feel what you feel. And that's what we aim to do. We just go out and try to put on the best show we can, make the best music we can. And, if people listen to it, great. If not, we're going to keep making it because we enjoy it. But it is neat to see new people connecting with our music and, kind of starting to hop on the train a little bit and get excited about what we're doing. It's neat to feel like you have people excited about what you're doing. And this is really the first time that we've kind of felt that way. And, it's been great, man. It's been good. So
Them Dirty Roses, I call them the Van Halen of Southern rock bands.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, dude, they're freaking awesome.
They
man.
are incredible band.
They're really nice guys too.
Yeah.
We actually we played a show with them pretty close to my hometown, and we got to kind of take them to one of, like, the bars that we play at a lot. It's like we have lots of hometown bars because we travel so much, but we took them out there and had a good time. They're really nice guys and great music, great musicians. We're rooting for them and cheering for them, and man, just love to see what they're doing. And it's that's, like I said, it's one of the best parts about this is the people that you get to meet and the experiences you have. It's really cool. But yeah, Van Halen of Southern rock, man, that's awesome.
I saw them one time in Chicago, and it's been a while since I've seen a band drink that much on stage. And
them boys like to throw down.
They do.
They do.
That's for sure.
And that's why I was like, this is the Van Halen of Southern rock bands.
Dude, they definitely go hard, man. They're a good time.
Totally.
But talk about the band's live show. They
it's so good. It's good.
So
like if you listen to their music on the record, it's all. I mean, don't get me wrong, the music's great, but when you go see them live, it is a completely different experience. James, like, his voice is, the way his voice fills a room is like, it's amazing. And the whole band is great. Lots of energy. And we always, every time they post their schedule, we're like, all right, is there any date that they're playing that we can take off and go see these guys? Because that is a Southern rock and roll band.
Yeah, no, they're great. I love their stuff. Great band. They're from Alabama, I think.
Yeah, they grew up not too far from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Nashville yet? Have you guys played Nashville?
We do. So a few months ago, we played Whiskey Jam. And then we actually played Whiskey Jam in 2
we're
weeks
playing
again.
We haven't. I mean, when I moved to Nashville originally back in, I think it was like 2017 or 18. I did the Broadway thing, and that's how I tried to meet people and try to put a band together. But since then, we haven't done a whole lot of stuff in Nashville. It's kind of just home base because this is where our band is. Our bass player and one of our guitar players live here, and it's a good kind of spot for us to be in. But other than like a few little showcases here and there, we're not doing a whole lot. We're hoping to maybe do 1 or 2 ticketed shows in Nashville in 2024, but just kind of got to see, where the cards fall and if it makes sense. We're down. We're always happy to go anywhere and everywhere and play. But it's just, finding the right spot, the right time, and making it happen. But yeah, it's lots of great spots in Nashville to play these days. So we're going to work on it.
Yeah, I usually try to hit Nashville a couple times a year because a lot of the bands that I've had on the show are all based there, like you guys are.
Yeah,
I like to go down and see, some of them play. Like, the Basement's a great place.
Yeah.
Third and Lindley, I forget.
Third Lindsay.
Yeah, that's a cool place. Brooklyn Bowl is awesome. Yeah,
we just bought tickets to see Dirty Honey there, and I think it's December. So we're stoked for that one. That we can't wait.
Yeah, I know. John Nato is such a man. That guy can write a riff.
Yeah, man.
He can write a riff. So when you look back at these songs, now that the album's done, right, and you started working on this in 2021, come out the other side. Now you're playing. It's been released. When you reflect on it, do these songs mean something different now than when you were creating them?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, like, kind of the way we do things. It's not really no set in stone, like, this is how we write a song or this is how we do it. But, a lot of these songs, I think, like, I kind of wrote them from, like, a blues perspective. I just kind of wrote, like, some simple blues songs, and I'd take them to Megan, and she would be like, well, that's not really how I would sing it. What if we did it like this? And, from right there, now this song takes on a new meaning than, the exact thing that I had in my mind when I put the words on paper. And then we took it into the studio, and our producer, Steven, who's an absolute genius, absolute pleasure working with him. And, just a dream come true to get to work with a guy like that just with his knowledge and creativity and just ability to create sounds and layers and just so many good things we have to say about Steven. But we took it into him, and he kind of took what we had and elevated it, and then with that it took on a new meaning. And now we go out and play these songs live, and we're playing them with this band, and each guy is hearing it differently and interpreting it, has a different interpretation. And we're all doing our part, and as you play them, and it's they become new every night, and it really does. Like, for me, it depends on the mood that I'm in, how my week's been or how my day's been. Some of the songs on this record, like, whenever sometimes I'm in a Throwing Stones mood where, like, it's like, man, like, I have this feeling about things, and that song hits me differently and I play it differently. Or back to Birmingham, if we've been away from our families for a while, and we both have young nieces and nephews, and it's hard sometimes watching them grow up while we're out on the road. But that song will hit you sometimes, and it'll take on a new life, and I think it'll be more emotional and more passionate just because you're really feeling those things. So I definitely think every time I hear them, play them, anything, they always take on a new meaning, a stronger meaning, or
and then also hearing the feedback from other people and what it means to them it's, it's things that we don't really think about. We've had so many people come up to us and tell their stories of their bluebirds, and things like that from where the bluebird goes. So it's just cool. I think that's what music is all about, is interpretation and watching it
be interpretized,
but be universal to everyone in their own way. It's been really cool to kind of see these songs develop and grow through everybody that we've been able to play them for.
I think that's what the amazing thing is about songwriting, is how you have all these thoughts that you want to convey in a song, and you got to filter it into a 3 to 5 minute song. And then you give it to the audience, and it's theirs after that, and they interpret what they feel, and it could be completely different than what you intended it to be. There's a beauty in that is just absolutely incredible when you think about it.
Yeah, I agree. It's just the passing back and forth of energy. It's a cool thing, and we're super thankful that we get to create these songs together, and the way that we got to do it was an absolute blessing. And now, like you said, getting to hear people's thoughts and opinions on them, it's theirs now. They were ours, and they're whoever is willing to listen. It belongs to them now. So we just hope people enjoy it and can connect with it, and it makes them feel something. That's the most you can ask for, I think.
And as far as touring goes, I think about a band that tours a lot, and it's like a family unit that moves across the country, and that's Blackberry Smoke. They'll play 200 shows, 250 shows a year or close to it. They play so much, and they're such a great live band, but they're like this, like I said, this family unit that is constantly moving from city to city, and they've built their audience through that just by playing. And they're one of the greatest rock bands right now in modern rock. And they've managed to do that and managed to survive, because a lot of bands don't survive like that, because I think they have a view of success, or the definition of success, that sometimes isn't attainable. And it's always good to stay present when you're in music and you're touring and you're doing the grind like you guys, and really have a definition of success that is what you do. I just talked to recently that was talking about, I'm a musician, I'm in a band, I can pay my bills, I can, pay for my food. Chris Voss from the record company. Had a great conversation with him, and he was talking about success. And I think a lot of times the younger artists get into this game with these visions of Ferraris and mansions, and certainly that can happen. But if you're able to make a living making music, to me, that is success.
Yeah. I think for us, when I started this touring with Dylan, I had just turned 21, just moved to Nashville, living on my own, paying my own bills and stuff like that. And, when we started this together, it was easy to kind of take a lot of it for granted and see a lot of it as, this is really hard. Is it worth it? And when COVID hit and all of it was taken away, we had to go and get full-time jobs, and we were working construction and building walk-in coolers, building industrial kitchens. And, that's hard. That's not an easy life to live. So I think you just got to choose your hard. You got to it's not going to be pretty all the time. We're on the road. We're away from our family. We break down. We, play to nobody. Sometimes we play to 500 people sometimes, but I feel like for us, we always find the good in things. And the fact that we get to do this together, with really talented people, it's not that hard. We are very, very fortunate, and we know that now. And I'm 25 now and able to live this life that really is what my dreams are made of at 10 years old when I started even thinking about doing music. So I do think for us, like, we understand that, it could be a lot harder. And we definitely don't take it for granted because it could be taken away also at any moment. A lot of things happen, a lot of things in life change, but the fact that even if we just get to do this for this moment, like, it has been such an incredible experience and something that we'll be able to, this album will live forever. So it's always going to be fun and exciting, and we get to do it together. So I think that it's just, it's not that hard to get.
Whatever you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, life is hard. No matter what you do, there's ups and downs. And I think it's just, finding a reason to be happy every day and finding a reason to keep going. And that's what you got to do, no matter what it is that you do. And, we, like Megan said, we do try to find the silver lining in everything and see the good in it and know that, all of this is for a reason. We might not know the reason, but, we just try to do the best we can to honor the opportunities that we're getting and be the best we can be and just do everything we can to sustain it for as long as it's what we're supposed to do. And we're happy with that. We feel really good about the things we're doing and, just keep on moving on and the road's going to take us wherever it is. And as long as we got each other, we're going to be all right.
Yeah.
What's next for you guys? We're at the tail end of 2023, going into 2024. What do you guys expect to do? What do you guys want to do?
We're hoping to expand a lot. We did expand a lot in 2023. We're kind of just now starting to write some new music. We want to be on the road as much as possible. We want to play as many places as possible.
We'd like to move into selling tickets in a lot of our markets.
Working on kind of, I don't know if graduating is the word, or kind of moving from the, 4-hour, 3-hour bar shows into like a different setting where we are able to kind of go in and play our stuff for 2 hours to people who just want to be there, not even necessarily listen to our music, but people that are there to listen to music and live music specifically. And that's the goal. We're working towards that. And, we're staying busy. Like I said, we're writing again. We're getting ready we've been kind of out on the road for chunks at a time, and next couple months will be just kind of weekend trips. So we're jumping into some new rehearsals and learning new material and just trying to grow and get better and create and keep moving and, just try to soak it all in while it's happening and make the most of every opportunity that comes along.
That's fantastic. I mean, any more new music from you guys is always a good thing, in my opinion.
We, our producers always said you have your whole life to write your first record and 6 months to write your second. So we are, that's definitely a priority of ours in the next couple of months to try and, stay relevant. And
it is like a drug too, like putting music out. Yeah. It's like, man, you get this rush. And for us, we worked on this one for quite a while and had talked about putting these songs out for so long, and we put them out, and it's just like, man, it's like it's a feeling I can't even really describe. It's just like it almost consumes you in a way, and you ride that high, and we're still feeling great about this music, and it's still continuing to climb and to grow, and we're seeing some new playlistings and stuff pop up, but we're already
thinking about the next one.
We're ready to start writing, and we got some stuff, kind of just base layer things that we're starting to put together. But man, we're hoping to get some more music out, as quickly as time will allow us to do it. But yeah, it's we're definitely itching to get some new stuff out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for it. I am on board. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I gotta tell you, the album is so good. Like, I haven't stopped listening to it. It's like my favorite thing on Spotify. Is there going to be any physical copies being sold?
There is already physical copies.
Okay.
We do everything independent, so they're not online because I don't know how to do that yet. But we're working on it, trying to get it, an online store.
We can definitely send you.
We can definitely send you a copy, though.
And we also, I don't know exactly what the timetable is, but we do have some vinyls coming. We're gonna print like a small number of vinyls that's all we'll get for this record. So we'll be posting about that stuff on all of our socials too for when those come around. But yeah, right now we do have the hard copies. They're for sale at shows, and for you, we'll just mail it to you. We'll send it your way. Let us know where to send it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I always like the physical copy. I'm old school. I like the physical copy, And the first song, Peace, Love, and Rock and Roll, is an absolute killer song to start an album. The album takes off at that moment, and it never lands until the end of the last. So it's so good. This album is so good. Anyone listening who's doubting me, don't doubt me. Just listen to me.
Just listen. Yeah, just listen. I like that.
What he said.
Well, Megan, Dylan, it's been a blast getting to know you guys and talking with you guys. I look forward to next time, and all the best of luck to you too as well. It's been a joy talking with you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate, you sharing the word, and, we were a baby band, but I think we might have got a little bit grown up.
Yeah.
We're growing. We're still growing. But thank you for your support and the podcast and everything, and having us on. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Everyone, you can see all the information for the band, Parker Barrow, on the notes or in the notes for the podcast. So you'll see their website, all their socials. So follow those links and give them a follow and see where they're playing. I know they got some dates here till the end of the year. Mostly, I think, in Florida, you guys will be, and some other places too as well. So check all that out. Go check out the album. It's on all streaming platforms. Jukebox Gypsies, that's just absolutely killer. Like I said, don't doubt me. Just listen to me. And thanks to Megan and Dylan for coming on and talking with me. This has been another episode of The Hook Rocks. I am Jay Scott. Take care of each other, and we will talk soon. Thanks.
Getting older every day. I'm praying that I'll make it back to you before it's too little too late. But I'm in some dive up north where no one knows my name, and I'm wondering if you're missing me the same. 'Cause I ain't crossed that state line in 3 months. The mile markers count the wrong way, and I don't care how much this dream's worth chasing. I've had about all that I can take. Trying to make you proud keeps me away from you, and this road has beat me down. And even though I'm not there, the tide's still gonna roll. Yeah, it's gonna roll.
Hey, this is Eric Hutchinson. I've joined the Pantheon Podcast family, and I hope you'll come check out my new podcast, Songversations with Eric Hutchinson. Each week, we find out what music matters most to the people who define our cultures. I interview famous guests like actors, musicians, comedians, politicians, and everyone in between. We listen to music together, and we talk about the soundtrack of our lives. It's funny, insightful, revealing, and it's a great way to discover new music. So come check me out. Songversations with Eric Hutchinson, wherever you get your podcasts.